Hello guys, welcome back to my world of fragrance. Vanilla in fragrance. It's such a popular theme, isn't it? And for the longest time, I shied away from vanilla perfumes because I just found them sweet and cloying and too much for me. Until I came to learn that the type of vanilla that I was smelling was the wrong kind. Now, a lot of perfumes don't actually contain natural vanilla, and instead they have vanillin, which is, the synthetic makeup that is made to simulate vanilla. And I think this is the scent that I actually was semi-allergic to because when I started exploring vanilla fragrances more and trying different ones, not that all of the ones that I'm going to mention are with natural vanilla, but smell somewhat natural, and that is what I like. So the first vanilla that kind of started all of this off for me and gave me that natural exposure to vanilla is Eau Duelle, which is the Diptyque bestseller. Just getting this one out of the way actually, because so many people know this one. And it has the combination of light vanilla and dark vanilla. So that play on the duality of the two types of vanilla is essentially what Eau Duelle is about. It also has some woody facets, some spiciness. There's cardamom that creeps through, and I love this one. I wore this one a ton back in the day. And now I've kind of moved on to other things, but this is definitely a really great starting point for the natural vanilla route. Along the same lines of Eau Duelle, we have the Architect's Club by Arquiste. This one is very similar in that it also has that woodiness, that groundedness, slight hint of booziness. There's probably, something trying to create the scent of bourbon vanilla in this one. And the opening of this is a little bit fresher than Eau Duelle, which is why I kind of find it a little bit more interesting for me now. I think that I've just worn Eau Duelle way too much, but I love that the opening of the Architect's Club is a little bit fresher than Eau Duelle. This still has that, that very deep, natural, slightly woody vanilla that also has a little boozy, smoky aspect to it. And I absolutely love this one. I'm kind of moving quickly through these because there are quite a few and I like having shorter lists, but carrying on down this route of vanillas with interest, we have another one that I have mentioned before. This is Vanille by Maja and Njie. And if you've ever been into a Swedish bakery or a Nordic bakery, then you know the scent of cardamom-filled kanelbollar. They're, those cinnamony baked goods, pastries, if you will, and this smells exactly like that. This is comfort for me, absolutely. I like wearing this when I'm out taking a brisk walk because this does smell very organic. The smell is handmade. This doesn't have that, pretentious French perfumery aura to it whatsoever. This is much more down to earth, and yeah, I like this one for simplified vanilla, a deconstructed vanilla pastry with cardamom. So continuing down the path of vanillas that have a slight woody depth to them is Ivory Root by Xerjoff. And I don't think vanilla is actually listed as one of the notes in this one, but this is definitely a vanilla fragrance. There's a high dose of sandalwood in this one that adds that woody depth, but this is definitely also spicy. This one I would say is stronger and deeper than the other ones. Architect's Club I can wear easily, throughout the day. This one I would wear more as a comfort in the evening. This is an eau de parfum. It's very long lasting, but this lays quite close to the skin as well, which is another reason why I would wear this as more of a comfort scent. It's one that goes well with a winter sweater. And all of these do, don't they? Vanilla is just, this is the season to wear vanilla for me personally. I don't wear these that much during the summer, but this cozy Ivory Root as well, unisex, but Ivory Root is definitely one of the more interesting vanillas with different facets to it, and you could basically write pages and pages on how many things you can smell inside this fragrance. There's definitely patchouli in this one too, so if you like that earthiness added to your vanilla, then check this one out. Next, we have a cult favorite from Cleef and Arpels, and this is Orchidée Vanille. You can see that I have pretty much finished this bottle, and is this one worth the hype? Absolutely. This is such an interesting vanilla, and dare I say the best from the Van Cleef line. Here the perfumer decided to mix vanilla with florals, which sounds weird, but it's actually such a great combination. This is simultaneously deep and very sweet as well, but not going into actually edible cake territory. A lot has been said about this fragrance already, so I'm going to move on. Leave me a comment if you'd like full reviews of any of these. Next is another more affordable vanilla with interest, and this is Divine Vanille by Essentiel Parfums. This is actually, let me just say, if I didn't have the cash to splash out on a Xerjoff, I definitely would have gotten Essentiel Parfums fragrance, because it's also vanilla with depth, with woods, and with spices, and I really, really enjoy that vanilla as well. Equally unisex and created by a renowned perfumer, so really for the price, that one is a really great option. Now, if you want to step even more towards the interest side when it comes to vanilla, then definitely try out Mona du Orio's Vanille. That one is vanilla with a prominent clove note. It has a bitter orangey beginning to it, and it's, yeah, just one of those where it is a vanilla fragrance and it's called Vanille, but there's so many other things going on as well that you don't feel like you're getting drowned or choked by the vanilla. This is kind of like a mix match of different interesting ingredients. There are florals in there, there's ylang-ylang, and then you have some leatheriness to it. This one is really one of those pack the punch fragrances, so if you're looking for a very much of an interest vanilla, try that one. Another popular one is from Atelier des Ors, Lune Féline, which I actually have given out to a friend to borrow. She went crazy for that fragrance. But in the opening of this one, I actually get from the vanillin, this, you know, the vanilla that's inside a Coca-Cola drink, right when you pop it open, that kind of aroma that seeps through your nose. And Lune Féline, again, is multifaceted, so there's this touch of ambergris and pepperiness and warm spices like cardamom, and it's just another one that is very interesting to wear, fun to wear, stimulating, but also is one that other people enjoy around you. Next, I'm going to talk about another vanilla that I feel like I haven't seen anyone ever mention before, and this brand in general does not get enough mentions. I understand it might be rare to find, but Youth Memory by the Fragrance Kitchen. This is a Middle Eastern brand, but it's, you know, I find that it's quite Western in their style as well. So a lot of Westerners actually should be enjoying this brand as well. And Youth Memory is a combination of predominantly saffron and vanilla. I mean, I love saffron in fragrances, but in this mixture with some cedar and with this added really unique sweetness, I find this one to be one of the vanillas that I really enjoy the most. This is super interesting with some orangey aspects in there as well. It's quite a complicated fragrance, I think, but it kind of moves into the territory of the next fragrance that I'm going to talk about, which is the cloudy vanilla. So when it comes to a pillowy, soft vanilla cloud, a vanilla cushion, I reach for Gentle Fluidity by MFK, and this is, you know, another very popular fragrance. I feel like this is, out of all of these, the kind of most crowd-pleasing, most quintessentially when people think about vanilla and perfumery would think about. But the approach by Kurkdjian is, of course, very sophisticated with a light hand, and like I said, just provides you like you're floating on this vanilla cloud, and I just love this one for days inside the house, actually, this time of year especially. I cannot overspray this. I find that this is better enjoyed in small doses. Well, actually, most of the vanillas are better enjoyed in small doses for me, and then I get my fix. So lastly, moving on in the cloudy vanilla category, we're going to get a little bit more powdery. And of course, I have to mention a fragrance from the Casamorati line by Xerjoff. My personal favorite is Bouquet Ideale, but the queen of vanilla in the line is undoubtedly Dama Bianca. Dama Bianca is powdery, regal vanilla, slightly too much for me personally, but very loved. I actually don't think I've come across anyone who did not like this fragrance. This fragrance is Choupette, Karl Lagerfeld's cat that basically inherited all of his millions. It's this white fluff of expensive powder in vanilla form. Vanilla powder that is dressed onto dessert. And this is, yeah, this is the real vanilla powder deal. So I hope that you enjoyed my list of vanilla fragrances with interest. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. It really helps my channel be more visible and grow. And I will see you in my next one.